Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Oh, God, Jenny. Welcome to our
Sorry.
Monday night team call. And we just have a couple of things that we want to go over with you. We want to do a quick training on how to run some really awesome challenge groups, how to continually have really great groups that are active and involved and engaged, and you get repeat business from and referrals because they had so much fun in your group. But before we go further, there's a few things that I want to cover really quick before we go into the training, because I want to make sure everybody is aware of just a few things. There was some stuff mentioned on this morning's National Wake Up Call, but I want to do a quick screen share with you guys, because I think the number one thing that we need to pay really close attention to is the Coach Online Office update. So I'm going to share my screen with you just super, super quick. And I would just want to show you something. When you log into your account, you are going to see this login screen. Down here at the bottom where it says Attention Coaches and the little triangle with the exclamation point in it, you guys really need to go in there and fill out your profile. If you do not get your new profile filled out, whenever somebody logs into your old Team Beachbody site with your name, it's going to kick them into the generic teambeachbody.com, and they could be buying from anybody and not you. So make sure you get in there and fill out that profile. You now have 5 different websites. There's one in each language. So you've got US, you've got Canada, you've got Canada French, you've got UK, and Spanish. So you've got 5 websites that you need to go in and just make sure everything's set up correctly, and you have to add profile pictures and things like that. So gather your profile pictures off of your Facebook or whatever that you want to use to have in there. But you're going to need to be updating your information, putting in your phone number, things like that. It doesn't take long. You just have to do it. So please be aware of that. Second thing along with that, there is a brand new how-to playlist of the new Coach Online Office. If you go into the new online office, you go to the News tab and Coach Breaking News. If you scroll down to the new office launch updates, I think it's like the 4th article or 5th article down. I can't remember which one it is, but it talks about how to update your office. It also gives a link to the playlist, but just in case, when I post a recording of this video, I'll also post a link to the playlist of the how-to online office videos. There's like 5 or 6 of them, I think, and they're not very long, but it just is an overview of how to use the new online office, and I found them pretty helpful. The third thing along that lines is there is a small feedback button in the bottom right-hand corner of your new online office. It's like a little triangle down at the bottom right corner. Anything that you notice that's wonky or goofy with the online office, please hit that feedback button and let them know what's going on. There's been 2 things that I've noticed so far, and one is when you go to your customer list, all your customers were only listed by first name. There was no way for you to sort by last name. It was their name was just in one field. So that was something that I noticed that's going to be difficult, if somebody's using a nickname, I don't know, but I found that to be something that is going to be hard for me. So I wanted to make sure that they knew that was an issue. So make sure you're giving feedback. So that's number 1 of things to know this week. Number 2 is UK launches on the 19th, which I believe is Thursday. Yes. The 19th is Thursday. On Friday, Carl is going to be going live to do a UK Surge event on the TBB 411 page. It's going to be 8 a.m. live UK time, but I forget what time that translates. It's in the evening or later afternoon for us, and I forget what the time difference is. But so just be on the lookout. Go ahead, Paula.
You said it's 8 a.m. UK,
Yes.
so it's like in the middle of the night for us.
They're gonna. I'm not sure. I know it. They said it
Okay.
on today's National Wake Up Call. They gave the times, and I forget. But anyway, and maybe they're going. I don't know. But anyway, they're doing
I'll look it up real quick.
a UK live search, and it will be on TBB 411. So if you're obviously not traveling to the United Kingdom for the event, then you should probably take a listen to. I know what? Why not? Our whole team needs to get group rate tickets. All right. So third thing, double time releases on November 1st. There's a special from October 31st through November 30th. Anytime you sell a double time challenge pack, you get 3 Success Club points. 3 points. So the challenge pack will be available with Shakeology or with Daily Sunshine. I don't think it's going to come as a performance pack. I think it's just Daily Sunshine and Shakeology. But 3 points for that month, the month of November, plus October 31st, for a double time challenge pack. So that's pretty cool. And then number 4 is registration for the November to Remember contest starts today. So it's teams of 2. And it's similar to Team Cup, but a little bit different. They're giving prizes away to top challenge pack sellers, like big money to the school organization of their choice. But there's a lot of other personal prizes and things that I don't think have been quite released yet, that we know exactly what the prizes are. But that's, a lifetime diamond, 1 lifetime diamond, and then another coach. So you can't group up with 2 diamonds, but so grab one of your downline coaches, and see, just have fun, get somebody new involved. So those are the 4 big things that I wanted to talk about really quick. And so now I'm going to move into your training tonight, which is how to run challenge groups that rock. So I have been running my same challenge group for, it's going on 2 years now. The way I run my group is I have one challenge group that I run. I don't change it. I keep one group open all year, and I let people repeat in that group if they want to. A lot of times they'll move into my VIP community group that I have that doesn't get as much one-on-one, but they get a topic every week and we kind of chat about it. But my challenge group has a structure. We go through the same structure every month. People love the structure, but the theme changes. Every time I do a new challenge group, the theme of the challenge group changes, so that even though the structure may be the same, the bones are similar, the topic is always different. So there's always new stuff to talk about every single month. And I think that keeps people engaged and keep going. And the people that stick with it after a few months are like, okay, I could do this. And most of those people end up turning around and becoming coaches. So a lot of the people that I've brought in have become coaches. They're either discount coaches or trying to start working the business. So it's pretty cool. So I've got 3 main steps for you, and I've got an outline of what your content should look like. But let's start with number 1. Number 1 is you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a plan. If, fail to plan to fail. Really. I mean, and it goes along with so many things other than just challenge groups, but challenge groups especially. And believe me, you guys, this is something that I balked at for the longest time. I'm organized in so many other ways, but my business has been so unorganized with planning out my calendar until I finally started doing this, and it really makes a difference. It makes things so much easier when you have a plan of action. So get out a piece of paper. If you haven't watched the Super Saturday video that Carl showed us, he made a plan for the end of the year, and it's not fancy. It's not on a calendar with stickers and colored markers. It's just written out on a piece of paper. You know, we're going to do a challenge group this week, and we're going to do a free group this week, and we're going to do another challenge group here. And that's all. Just get it written out. Get an idea of what you're going to run and when you're going to run it through the end of the year. That's a huge thing. That should be 1 and 1A right there. So get out your paper and just figure it out. Figure out your timeline. Okay, every 3 weeks, new challenge group. Another 3 weeks, new challenge group. Where are you going to fit in your free groups in there? And then that gives you an idea in your head. Okay, these are the things that I'm going to be doing. So let's bump each conversation about those topics back a week. I need to start talking about my challenge group in this week, and I need to start talking about my free group in this week before, and start weaving in your posts about these groups that you're having, and get those invitations out that way. Yeah, and that was my next point. It gives your invitations a place to go. You don't have to be inviting, specific people per se. You can be inviting everybody with your post that you weave in throughout your daily posting. Okay. And if you haven't listened to today, which is October 16th, today's National Wake Up Call, she did a really good job of talking about how she weaves in her invitations. What was her name? Amanda. I got it right here. Oh, shoot. No, I don't. I ripped it out. Oh, no. Ashley Lachlan. Ashley Lachlan. So listen to that team call with Ashley, because it was really good. Okay. Point number 2. Have you figured out your niche yet? Have you figured out your 5 things that your 5 main things that you're about, that you like to talk about? So for me, for example, my 5 big things that I want my niche to be interested in are being outdoorsy, hiking, backpacking, like to camp, Star Wars nerd, don't mind making fun of themselves, dressing up in weird costumes like a banana. Let's see, family is a big thing. Empty nester now. That's kind of how I, weave in my family. I don't have a family with small kids anymore. I'm an empty nester. So I have a family, but it's a different dynamic now. And my 5th main topic is marriage, and I don't include that in family. I like to talk about that completely separate, because especially now that we're empty nesters, that marriage dynamic is totally different. So those are 5 things that I really like to talk about on my page. So when you figure out your niche and figure out those 5 things, then that's when you have ideas to pull from for these challenge groups. So what I suggest is doing a brain dump. If you wanted to put a title for the second point that I'm making on your challenge groups, is maybe brain dump. Get a pen to paper and start writing down the things that you're about. What are you experiencing now? What you've gone through in the past, what you've overcome, stuff that you like, activities, different things like that, hobbies, whatever, but try and narrow it down to 5 main things that you really relate to, because you don't want to be everything to everybody. You got to start drilling it down and bringing it in a little bit, okay, so you can really pull in your tribe. So once you've done that brain dump, now what you're going to go do is you're going to take that brain dump and those 5 things, and you're going to start coming up with challenge group topics. And this is going to be things, interests or struggles or whatever. So one of the things that I'm doing is I am doing an organize your kitchen type group. I haven't figured out the name of it yet, but organize your kitchen to save you money, healthify your kitchen to save you money, or healthy kitchens save money, something like that. And the tips and tricks that I've learned that I want to share with other people, like Instapot cooking, how to prep, meal planning, all goes into a healthy kitchen that saves you time. So that's an idea for a challenge group for a whole month, that I would have topics on, on that subject. Another one that my friend and I are going to run, we are going to do a Star Wars nerd challenge, or challenge group. The whole month is going to be, we've got like Star Wars bingo, we've got Jedi workout moves, we've got Star Wars trivia. It's going to be the bomb. I am so excited to run this. I can't even tell you. So we're going to do that one. I also have a bring out your inner Amazon. I love the Wonder Woman movie. I'm such a total geek on that stuff. So that's a group that I'm going to run. Okay, so now think about some things that you're not so good at. What am I not good at? I am not good at scheduling and staying on track. So I'm going to find a book, a personal development book that I'm going to share with my group, and maybe we'll do a book club on organizing and go through each section and come up with different ideas. So just find topics, things that maybe you are really good at, those 5 things that you're really good at or really interested in, or maybe some things that you need to improve, because if you need to improve on them, your tribe probably does too. So it's just a way to come up with some new ideas, things that are different every month, but just having a brain dump of that stuff so that you can draw from and pull ideas from is really great to have. Okay, so the third thing, and this is the bones of your challenge group. This is your content, okay? So on each of those topics that you've decided to go with, you need to get some fun facts on the subject. Go to Pinterest, go to just Google search, do some, go to the library, grab a book, I don't know, find some neat ideas on your subject. And those ideas are going to give you things that you can post about in your daily content related to your format, okay? And this is going to be your format. So you ready? Here we go. This is what you're going to do. Oops, I got to flip my page. Okay, I took lots of notes for myself. Okay, week 1. Here we go, week 1. Of course, you're going to have if you decide to do a prep week, if you decide to do clean week and all that you can run that however you want, but just have some kind of structure, or a couple days before, start bringing people in and telling them what's going on, and here's our, can't wait to get started, and here's our theme, and blah, blah, blah. Week 1. Week 1 is always welcome week, okay? I call week 1 my welcome week. I like to create a video on day 1. Doesn't mean you have to, but I like to go live day 1 and just to give them a little overview of what we're going to cover throughout week 1, and let them know that we're all going to do this together, that, I'm struggling too, and we're all going to just link arms and we're going to go through this, and nobody has a dumb question. Please, everybody needs to participate. But just talk to them. Let them feel at ease that everybody's all in the same boat together, and you're just going to have a really good time. So Monday, I always do introductions on Monday. Tell us about yourself. Who are you? Who do you live with? Who's in your house? What do you do? So we ask them like 4 or 5 pretty pointed questions. Sometimes I ask them to do a video. Sometimes I have them post a picture of themselves with a description underneath. Sometimes it's just answering the questions. Sometimes I have them fill out a quiz. Every month it changes. Okay, so you just have to, however you want to do this intro is up to you. But not a quiz, I meant a poll. You know how you can do a poll option? So you can do a poll. Different things like that. So, but every month, find a different way for them to introduce themselves. Okay? Tuesday, This is always goal setting day. You need to find out why they're there in your challenge group, what they're working towards, in this small amount of time we have together, what are you looking to achieve in these 3 weeks? And then maybe overall, all right, in this next 3 months, in this quarter, what are your goals? So tying your theme back in, okay, say you're doing a superhero theme. All right, so what superhero are you going to relate to by the end of this challenge? Who do you want to be? What power do you want to achieve by this time next month? So stuff like that. Wednesday is always Finding Your Why Wednesday. This is when you start really digging deep with them and asking questions and finding their why, and have them tell you, what their why is. And when they give something that's pretty general, that's when you start messaging with these challengers one-on-one, not necessarily out in public, but start messaging in and write notes on your challengers. You need to know who these people are. Make sure wherever you're tracking these people that you're keeping a note of what they tell you, so that you can really be personal when you're following up with them, when you're talking to them in the future. So dig down and find out their why. Thursdays are always personal development. So depending on our theme, we'll either choose a book, a podcast, some kind of personal development that's related to whatever subject that we're on, okay? Always personal development. Friday, this is a really good one, identifying trigger foods and activities. So we talk to them about, okay, what's your weakness? Again, going back to my silly superpower or superhero theme, it's what's your kryptonite? That's we talk about what is the one thing, either it's maybe your family calls you on the phone and you find yourself mindlessly wandering into the pantry, or there's a specific food that's in that pantry and you just can't stop. So we're identifying our trigger foods. On Saturday, it's always we talk about the importance of family time. And it doesn't matter if it's, with your kids or with your spouse or whatever, but just identifying that family time, how important it is to put the technology away and be with the ones you love. There's always downtime. And downtime is not selfish time. That is you. That's important. You need that reconnect time. So we talked about the importance of that. And Sunday is always going to be, every week, going to be prepping for the next week, prepping, meal planning, and talking about your sale flyers, how to do your first meal planning, meal prep, things like that. So that's week 1 wrapped up. Week 2 is going to be their nutrition and fitness counseling week. Okay, so this is where we start doing a little bit of a deeper dive into healthy eating, cleaner eating, maybe a little bit of the fitness side, how their workout's going, maybe moves they need to modify or how to modify, things like that. But we're going to keep with this theme during week number 2. So Monday is going to be Motivation Monday, where you can share memes or quotes or whatever related to whatever your theme is, but then talking about nutrition and fitness in some way. Okay, so always relate it back to your theme, but always have a spin on whatever the topic of the week is. Tuesday is going to be Tasty Tuesday. Keep it simple, you guys. Don't make it complicated. So have a recipe share, a super recipe share. Have people find things. Just go on what do they call it? Scavenger hunt. So give an ingredient, and then have them go on a scavenger hunt online and have them find a recipe. So just different fun ideas like that to help them stay involved. Wednesday, you can have a workout coffee talk. So I like to go live on this day, and I talk about it earlier in the week. Hey, we're going to go live on Wednesday. We kind of pick a time that's best for most people, and we do a coffee talk. We do a question and answer about whatever workout they're doing. We talk about modifications. We talk about other workouts that they might not have tried that they might want to try next. So it's just kind of a coffee talk. We also talk nutrition and different things, and they don't have to be long. They're usually only about 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour, but that's something that's fun that I like to do. And you don't have to go live. You can just do a Q&A coffee talk and just have people post their questions and then start going through. Because if one person has a question, probably 5 of them do. Thursdays, testimonial Thursdays. Always give your before and after story on this day and get people to start talking about how they're feeling now that they're almost 2 full weeks in. Have them talk about any differences that they're noticing and their changes. So stuff like that. Have them just start conversations and private message them. If you're getting crickets, private message people and say, hey, I really need your feedback. Can you help me out with this? I don't have a lot of people talking, and I know, you've gone through this, or I would really love to hear what you think about this. And I think it would be good to get people started. So encourage people to, put something in there. Fridays, we always revisit our goals that we set in the previous week. So we go back and say, okay, how are we doing with those goals? So-and-so said they wanted to, hit this milestone, and how are you doing with that? And so it's always revisiting those goals and putting those goals back in the forefront of their mind. Towards the end of the week, people tend to start falling off. I keep the same Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, again, we talk about the importance of family time. Sunday, we always do meal prep. So it's the same thing, but it's in that week 2 nutrition and fitness counseling theme within a theme, right? So just kind of keep those days the same, but with your week 2 theme. Okay, then week 3, this is where a lot of people struggle with engagement. By week 3, you're hearing crickets a lot of times. So we need to make week 3 really, really fun and engaging. So this is re-engagement week if you want to have a topic for it. So it's re-engagement week. I don't have a set schedule, Monday, Wednesday, this is what we do on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, because this is kind of up to you. This week needs to be really, really fun. So here's some ideas that I've done in the past. I do a spirit week related to whatever theme we've got going. So, if it's just a general theme, sometimes we do a spirit week like they would do in a school. So you have a pajama day, you have a team colors day, you have a Hawaiian day, stuff like that, and have people dress up and take their sweaty selfies with whatever spirit week theme it is. Okay. I do bingo, and I didn't bring down my form, but I can post it in the comments of the recording, but I made a bingo game and I themed it with whatever the theme was for that particular month. And we had different bingo squares, and they can get as many bingos as they want. And then everybody at the end of the week, every time they get a bingo, their name goes in for a drawing, and we just have fun little less than $5 prizes, you guys. This is not big. I send out people like maybe a sample of E&E or Energize, or I'll send them like 6 tea bags from a tea sampler that I got. It does not have to, people love just to get stuff. They don't care what it is. So this is just for fun. Let's see, mini fitness challenges. So we'll do mini fitness challenges, and they have to record them. They have to do whatever the mini fitness challenges of the day. They have to send a recording in of them doing it after their workout, and then they get entered into a drawing. And it could be like, 1 minute plank, or how long do you do a wall sit for? And I want to crank up your tunes. I want to hear what song you're listening to while you're doing your wall sit. Or how many potty squats? This is a big one. I love this one because it encourages people to drink water. So we'll do potty squats. So every time you go to the bathroom, you have to do 10 squats, and everybody adds up, and whoever got the most squats during the day, then, they get a prize or whatever. So potty squats is a really good one. Theme trivia. So whatever your theme is, go do some research and find some fun trivia questions and start asking trivia questions, and people that come close or get it right or whatever, but just have fun with it. And this usually brings people back in. Prizes that last week, I swear you guys, it really brings people back in. Week 3 it's just a fun, lighthearted week. But again, keep it within your theme. Always keep encouraging. A couple other things that I do is I do not go in my group. I'm not in there all day long. I ain't got time for that. I don't know who has time for that. I have 2 designated times during the day that I go in my group. I go in the morning when I post my sweaty selfie. I go in and I will answer whoever has posted from the morning or maybe the afternoon before that I missed. I'll comment on everybody's stuff. And then I go in one time towards the later afternoon or evening. And I always have a check-in post. This is optional. You guys don't have to do this. I do it some months and some months I don't. But I do a daily check-in. And I have 3 things for them to check in on. They check in on their nutrition. They check in on their fitness. They check in on their mental wellness. And you can do a couple different ways to scale this. They can rate their day a 1 through 3, 1 being great, 3 being crappy. I like to do it, rate your day by emojis. And so if they had a great day, of course, it'll be, the happy major smiley face. If it's a 2, they're kind of, the straight mouth, just kind of meh. And then 3 would be, it's the crying face. So emojis is a fun way to have them rate their day. And if they want to expound on that at all, that's up to them. But short check-ins are best because that way, people know they can get it in. But if they want to elaborate, totally up to them. I always like to ask them, if we do a check-in, share an NSV with us. An NSV is a non-scale victory. Always have, if they have done anything that has been a bright light in their day, I want them to share it. It does not have to be health and fitness related. It could be anything. Somebody paid it forward to me in the line at Starbucks today, and that made me feel great. And so I did it for the person behind me. Whatever. The lady finally that walks her dog in front of my house, finally she picked up the dog's poop that was in my sidewalk, and yay. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But non-scale victories, sometimes they're funny, and you never know what people are going to share. But sometimes when people are just allowed to say anything, something that made them feel good, regardless if it's a scale related thing. It can be a scale related thing. If they went down a pant size, that's awesome. Celebrate that. But it gives you great insights into these people's lives other than health and fitness that you can then share with them later as you're talking to them, if they are potentially people that you want to invite into the business. You've got something else to talk to them about. But just in normal conversation, that's things that you can relate back to their life that you find interesting with them. So that's the basics of what I've got for you guys. That's the bones of your challenge group. And like I said, I've been running the same format for the last 2 years, and it's worked really well. And the people that are engaged always stay engaged, and they do. I never have an issue with crickets anymore. People stay engaged, and a lot of people end up then, because a lot of these things that you're doing with them, finding their why and having, we also, I forgot to mention, in that last week, what Spirit Week or whatever, one of the big things that we do is they have to post whatever they're doing on their own social media to earn extra points. So if they're posting in the group and on their own social media, then they get points. So when they do that, that's grooming them for coach posting, guys. So, showing them that it's not so hard to do what we do, because it's just talking about fun stuff, talking about life, So, all right. So that's all I've got for you guys. Jenny or Paula, do you guys have anything that you want to add or questions or anything like that?
The question that Jenny had asked, are you using Facebook? You're not using the app?
I use both.
Okay.
I use both, and it depends on the month. My 2-year challenge group has been, obviously it's been Facebook because the app wasn't around that long, but my app group has been running for probably almost a whole year now. So yeah.
So you just keep the same group in that app, and you just add people to that.
Yeah, when I set my group up, I'll set it up to run January 1 through December 31.
Mm-hmm.
And I just change the theme every month, and I make it a multi-program group and Shakeology. Yep.
Okay.
So, yep, that's how I do that.
Do you delete the old posts, or no, you just keep?
Nope.
Okay.
No, they pretty much vary. I mean, sometimes, and a lot of times the files that you use are similar. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen how in the Beachbody blog, they have like meal planning for the 21-day fix, and they give the calorie brackets.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that as like a photo album in your groups. And so I keep those up there so that when somebody clicks on the photos in your Facebook group, then they have access to those menus and stuff all year long. Okay. So yeah, I just leave them up.
All right, thank you. That was awesome.
Anything else? Let's see. That was the only question Jenny had, right?
Yeah, that's the question that I also had. Okay. So glad she asked it.
Yeah, so that's what I do, and it seems to work really well. But it's just finding those things that you're about that you can share. Go ahead, Paul.
So you can't go live in the challenge group app, right? How do you that? Like,
you can't go live, but you can do a recording. So if I do a coffee talk, then it's just going to be a post. It's going to be like a picture of me with coffee or whatever.
Okay.
And then we just do Q&A time. And I will start it off a lot, and I will ask like 3 or 4 questions that I want them to answer for me. Okay. And then it usually gets the ball rolling with people.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you guys for taking time out again on a Monday. I appreciate it. And if anybody has questions, I will, again, in the comments, post the link to the Coach Online Office playlist. And what was the other thing that I was going to link to? Gosh, now I don't remember.
November to Remember? Registration? No.
Well, somebody can, if you watch this recording, type it in the comments. So I remember what I'm supposed to post. But I know it was the video playlist that I'm supposed to post. So I will do that. But yeah, other than that, guys, just, you have to, don't spend your life online. That's what I did not want to do. And that's why I started making this plan, because I cannot, I ain't got time for that. There's so many other things that I have to do, that this just saves you time. It saves you time. You have this plan. It's all mapped out for you. All you got to do is pick your theme and start plugging in. Write out your posts. If you want to write them out ahead of time, awesome. Get a Google Doc going. Write out your posts. So all you have to do is copy and paste and put them in there. If you know what your theme is, it shouldn't be that hard to come up with your post, especially if you break it down week by week. Okay? All right.
Good. Thank you.
Guys.